Good afternoon. My name is Stephen Gainey, and I'm the proud superintendent of the Randolph County School System. I come to you today, August 19, from Liberty Elementary School with several updates from the Randolph County School System. The first thing that I'd like to discuss today involves the start of the 2020-2021 school year. As you know, on Monday, August 17, we opened the 2020-2021 school year. On that day, our students that were assigned to Group A came back to campus for face-to-face instruction. Students who were assigned to Group B at each school were involved in remote instruction, as were students who were involved in 100% remote instruction. Today, on Wednesday, August 19, we have everybody involved in remote instruction, and then tomorrow on August 20, we will welcome the students assigned to Group B at each school to campus for face-to-face instruction for tomorrow and on Friday, August 21. Now again, as I mentioned, students who are on 100% remote instruction have done that all week so far and will continue on in the future. But I also want to say thank you to our students, our staff members, our parents, and community members for how you helped us open school on August 17. It was a great sight to see cars coming back on campuses driven by students at the high school level, staff members at all levels. It also was a wonderful sight to see 155 yellow school buses for the Randolph County School System back on the road on Monday, August 17. We're going to keep working at it, and we're going to make this a great school year for everybody. And I just want to say thank you for everybody's attention to the details, the new parameters that were in place starting on Monday, and we're going to continue to work together as a team and make this a great school year. The next item that I would like to discuss today is the 2020-2021 Randolph County School System Teacher of the Year. In previous years, we've been able to have this banquet to recognize the Teacher of the Year in May, and that was our plan last year at the end of the school year. However, the school closure interfered with that plan, so we moved the banquet to September 1. But as the summer progressed, we realized that banquet was not going to be able to be held either. So at the beginning of our board meeting on Monday night, August 17, we recognized the 5 finalists for the Randolph County School System Teacher of the Year Award. And at the end of that recognition, we named a very special person to be the 2020-2021 Randolph County School System Teacher of the Year. And that individual is Kathy Fleetwood, social studies teacher at the Randolph Early College High School. You know, I've been here for 7 years now, and I've been in Miss Fleetwood's class many times and seen her at work with the students, and she is a wonderful teacher. However, equally important and equally valuable is the responses you hear from people throughout our school system about Kathy Fleetwood, whether it be students who've had her as a teacher or colleagues who have worked with her in previous years or work with her now. She is, without a doubt, a superstar in the education profession. So congratulations, Ms. Fleetwood. What a well-deserved honor for you. We are so proud of you, and most importantly, we're so excited that you're a part of our school system. The next item that I'd like to discuss involves the distribution of Chromebooks. If you recall, several weeks ago, staff members from each school made calls to student homes to identify which students needed a Chromebook from the school system to use during the times of remote instruction during the 2020-2021 school year. Each school has now taken that information and made plans for the distribution of Chromebooks. Right now, schools are inventorying their Chromebooks and working with our technology department to make sure we have every Chromebook accounted for, and there will not be a school system-wide distribution date for Chromebooks. Instead, individual schools will schedule their times for distribution of Chromebooks to students, so parents and students be on the lookout for those announcements, because we will not be doing a school system-wide distribution of Chromebooks like we did back in the spring. Now it will be done individually by school as each school is ready to distribute Chromebooks to students. At this time, I'd like to talk about the school system's plan of action in the case of a COVID-19 situation arising on a school's campus or at a work site in our school system not associated with a school's campus. If we have a situation involving a COVID-19 case, I will immediately contact Randolph County Public Health, and I'll work very closely with the Director of Randolph County Public Health, Ms. Susan Hayes, and her staff to determine the level of exposure of the situation. Once we identify the level of exposure, we have several choices to make. Do we address a small number of students who may be infected, as well as a small number of staff members? Or if it's more exposure than just a small number of people, we may have to address a whole class of students. Or if the exposure is very large, we may have to address a whole school. And when I say address, that means we may have to put students on remote instruction for X number of days. So just want to let you know, every case will be dealt with individually, and we will do everything we can to maintain the safety of everybody involved, and we'll do everything we can to maintain the confidentiality of everybody involved as well. But safety and confidentiality will lead our actions, and we will, if we have to remove students from campus, or if we were to have to move a whole school from campus, the whole student body from campus for a period of time, we will automatically put those students on remote instruction during that period of time, so we will not lose learning time, and we'll continue to move through the school year and the curriculum despite the situation that may arise. So just wanted to give you a little update on what our plans will be should one of those situations arise on a school's campus or at a work site in our school system not associated with a school's campus. The next information I'd like to discuss involves the safety precautions that have been put in place by our school system to maintain safe conditions for our students and staff members on school campuses as well as at work sites away from school campuses in our school system. To begin with, anybody who enters a school campus or a work site away from a school campus will be required to wear a cloth face covering at all times. Also, I've always enjoyed having parents and members of the public in our school in different roles, but that's not going to be something we're going to be able to do anytime soon. So until further notice, parents and members of the community, we're not going to be able to allow you to come in the building because we need to limit the possible exposure in terms of cross-contamination inside our schools so we can maintain safe conditions for our students and staff members at all times. So again, that is not something I like, but it's something we're going to have to do to be able to have school and get the 2020-2021 school year started and continue on moving forward in future months. The final precaution involves the daily assessment check-in. With the daily assessment check-in, every day when a child enters the building, his or her temperature will be checked, and also there'll be a set of questions that the child will be asked to answer. If the child answers yes to any question, the child will be sent directly to the school's quarantine room. Also, if a child has a 100.4 or higher temperature, he or she will be sent directly to the school's quarantine room. At that time, when they get to the quarantine room, we will call the parent to come remove the child from campus. And we will also strongly encourage you to take your child to his or her healthcare provider or Randolph County Public Health. I also want to make parents aware that the questions to be asked of your children have been posted on the website of your child's school as well as the school system's website. So please review those questions. If you know your child's going to have to answer yes to one of those questions, or your child's going to have a 100.4 degree temperature or higher, please don't send your child to school. We need to keep sick students at home. We want to maintain safe conditions for everybody on our school campuses, so if your child, again, is going to have to answer yes to one of those questions or has a temperature of 100.4 or higher, please keep your child at home. We need your help in keeping sick students at home until they're feeling better so we can maintain safe conditions on our school campuses at all times. In closing, I'd like to say a big thank you to all the students, staff members, parents, and community members for your help with the start of the 2020-2021 school year. August 17 was a great sight. I got to go to some schools and I saw students in classrooms working with teachers. I saw principals out and about, counselors out and about, support staff working with individuals throughout the campus, and it was just a great scene. One that I've not been able to see and no one else has for the past 5 months since the school closure occurred back in March. But I just want to say thank you to everybody who was involved in helping us get school started on such a positive note. We have students back on campus on August 17 and August 18, and we're bringing the students in Group B back tomorrow, August 20. So just a big thank you to everybody who helped us get the 2020-2021 school year started on such a positive note.